I say one of his biggest strengths is his work ethic. I don't think anybody's going to be able to outwork Mr. Turgeon. And second of his knowledge. So he has a knowledge base and he has a work ethic that anything he sees and anything he wants to do, that he will accomplish it and do it at a high level.
I needed to find a way to make people enjoy being at school. And I'm not just talking about the adults, I'm talking about the students too.
Sometimes, all it takes is one man with ideas and a drive to implement them, to change the world around him. Andy Turgeon saw that some things needed to change in Knox County R1, and he had the ideas to make things better for the school district. When he became superintendent around 15 years ago, he sought about improving the student and teacher experiences. One of the easiest things to bring about were physical changes to the campus that improved student safety and aesthetics. How different was the school district when he first became superintendent to basically what it is now?
We did a lot of upgrades in 2012, a lot of lighting, a lot with the drop ceilings, a lot just with infrastructure. And then most recently, we did 2 secure front entrances, one in the elementary, one central office in high school, and then just a lot of other work.
However, the most impactful changes were in education, specifically the barriers that restrict teachers and how they should teach their curriculum.
It's really about, creating that sense of trust and telling the teachers, it's your program. I want you to make it the best program ever. I want you to think outside the box, and I want you to make it the best program it can ever be. And then on the student side, it was all about, they weren't always excited to come to school. Our attendance wasn't great. So it was trying to find new experiences at the school that would get the students excited to be there, even if it's one class that gets them excited to be there, finding what that one class is for each and every student.
Additionally, he also implemented technology into the learning experience and added other learning opportunities to set kids on the right path for the future.
During Mr. Turgeon's time, he transitioned in 2012 to going one-to-one. So we basically decided we were going to go with iPads, and that's really where our journey started. And we went from just having iPads into kind of technology and then innovation being the forefront of everything that we do. In 2017, we became an Apple Distinguished School, one of the first in the state of Missouri and one only of 3 in the state currently.
The goal should be preparing students with adaptable skills, problem-solving skills, and creativity so that they can adapt to whatever situation's there when they graduate. And so that's kind of where we took on the approach. Let's give them different experiences, add some classes, add some technology, add some tools to industrial tech, bring back family and consumer science, and let's give them a taste of these different things to see what will get them excited. And then let's create situations where they're having to solve problems, they're having to be creative, they're doing innovative things, and they're able to use technology to really exemplify their learning.
And it didn't stop there. Andy was always looking for the next big thing, and with student input and the school board's approval, he was able to get several things off the ground that are now iconic on campus. Take, for instance, this, a school bus cafe made out of an out-of-service diesel bus that students now serve coffee and breakfast out of each morning. He was even able to get off the ground this, a mobile merchandise stand that sells merchandise at sporting events. He was even able to get off the ground these. One of the most important things he helped bring about were electric buses. And this makes Knox County R1 one of the first school districts in Missouri to field a fleet of them.
He was always on the forefront of everything that was happening. What's next? He was very involved with what DESE had going on as well with grant opportunities. So one of the next things after Apple Distinguished Schools they took advantage of were the electric bus grants. The EPA offered that, and we started with 1 electric bus. We expanded our fleet to 7. They basically were free for us. That's free school buses as well as free infrastructure with our charging stations, and it's provided us with a learning opportunity for our students because they're kind of seeing that electric vehicle and how it operates, but also it saved a lot of money for the school district with the free buses and the decrease in cost of diesel.
Andy may have been the figurehead to many projects in the school district, But he was only part of the equation. The other contributing factor to the successful development of the school district was the communication between the school board and the community of Knox County.
School board obviously has to be on board, and they've been on board from the get-go. But you have to involve the students. If you don't involve the students and finding out what's needed and, what they like, what they're interested in, it's kind of hard to design something that's going to benefit them. But in the same token, it was, sitting them at the table and saying, okay, what would you like to see, out of this class? And teachers asking students, okay, we've got this project. You guys tell me what your ideas would be for this project. And from that, you come out with a result that's just unbelievable because the students are really creative. And if you give them that, you take down those barriers and give them a say in where the project's going, it's amazing what they can do.
We have full community buy-in and support, and that's where it all starts. That relationship and that communication and that connection that we do share is outstanding. Again, we could not do it without that. And I think moving forward, as you talk about programs and things that we want to do, that's really where we get a lot of our feedback as to how we are going to move forward. Our school board is another big strength of ours. Again, that relationship that we've had throughout the years has been something that we've had to have, because as you look forward as doing brand new things, there's a lot of trust involved in that. Trust with the board and the administrators, trust in the community and the school board. And that trust is strong, and that's why we're able to kind of think outside the box and look for solutions or new things that might seem different in the moment, but as you have are created and they're implemented, it's successful because everyone's on the same page and they're working together and trusting one another.
After 15 years of service, Andy is finally retired and handed the reins off to Alex Van Delft. The last 6 months of his tenure saw Alex and Andy work together on projects so that Alex could gain valuable experience and make the transition as smooth as possible. Alex will continue the legacy for the foreseeable future and make Knox County R-1 one of the best in Missouri.
Where do you see Knox County R-1 in the next 15 years?
In the next 15 years, still the best school in the state of Missouri. I believe that to my core is that we have the best school in the state, and it's not just with educating our students, because we do a great job with that, but it's also preparing them for the future. So in 15 years, we don't know what the future is. We don't know what the future is going to look like, but we will continue to look for opportunities for our kids to have learning experiences that are going to push them into areas that will help them meet their potential. And then it's also going to help them when they graduate and their successes outside the school. That's the main goal, and that's what we have to do, is continue to push forward to do what's best for kids and to continue to prepare them for the future.
The last 3 years, he's soaked in everything he could to learn about the job. And he's got some great ideas. He's a visionary person, and I can't wait to see where that district goes from here. Knox County is going to be a great school district for years to come.
Reporting from Knox County, I'm Hagen Zinnecker.